Hegemony is a concept rooted in political and social theory that describes the dominance and influence of one group or nation over others. It refers to the ability of a particular group or state to exert and maintain control over institutions, ideologies, and power structures, shaping the values, beliefs, and behaviors of subordinate groups or nations. Hegemony involves more than just coercion or force. It operates through the consent and voluntary compliance of the subordinate groups. It relies on the establishment and dissemination of a dominant ideology that becomes widely accepted as the norm, influencing the worldview and actions of the subordinated entities. The dominant group or state achieves this by controlling narratives, institutions, education systems, media, and other means of disseminating information and shaping public opinion. Hegemony can manifest in various forms, such as cultural, economic, or military dominance. Cultural hegemony refers to the dominance of a particular culture or set of values that becomes the standard and influences the norms, practices, and identities of subordinate groups. Economic hegemony refers to the control and influence of a dominant state or group over global economic systems, policies, and trade, leading to advantages and benefits for the dominant party. Military hegemony, on the other hand, involves the dominant state or group exerting military power and influence over others, often through alliances, interventions, or strategic positioning. The concept of hegemony was popularized by Italian Marxist philosopher Antonio Gramsci, who argued that hegemony operates through a combination of coercion and consent. He highlighted the role of intellectuals and cultural institutions in disseminating the dominant ideology and maintaining the status quo. Gramsci emphasized the need for counter-hegemonic struggles and the empowerment of subordinate groups to challenge and transform oppressive power structures. Hegemony can have both positive and negative implications. Positive hegemony may involve the spread of democratic values, human rights, and social justice by a dominant power. It can contribute to stability, cooperation, and shared prosperity among nations. However, negative hegemony can lead to the marginalization, exploitation, and suppression of subordinate groups or nations. It can perpetuate inequalities, cultural homogenization, and the dominance of a particular worldview at the expense of diverse perspectives. Resisting hegemony often involves efforts to challenge dominant narratives, empower marginalized groups, promote cultural diversity, and foster critical thinking. Social movements, grassroots organizing, and the development of alternative institutions and discourses are means through which counter-hegemonic struggles can take place. In conclusion, hegemony refers to the dominance and influence exerted by one group or nation over others through the control of institutions, ideologies, and power structures. It operates through both coercion and consent, shaping the beliefs, values, and behaviors of subordinate groups or nations. Hegemony can have positive or negative implications depending on the intentions and actions of the dominant party. Understanding and challenging hegemony is essential for promoting social justice, equality, and the empowerment of marginalized groups.